Hello, welcome to Katie on the Spot. I'm Katie, and if you're looking for spot cleaning information, you're in the right spot. We are going to hopefully teach you some things that will prevent bad situations on your carpet and upholstery. So we've got some basic spill situations we'll go over today, and we're going to talk about how to deal with them. Some tools and some tips. So let's start with a little liquid spill. I would be distressed if there was pickle juice on my carpet, for sure. This is a wool carpet we're working with today. It's always nice to know what material you've got because that's going to dictate what kind of spot cleaning methods and cleaning agents you can use. So we know we want to be as mildly aggressive as possible from the beginning. So basically start easy and then work our way up if what we're starting with is not effective. So when you have a liquid spill, the first step is to blot the liquid from the carpet. And if it's a large volume, you may need to fold your towel a couple different times and stand on it. For this pickle juice, we're just going to press gently. I know that a spill can be frustrating and stressful. So resist the temptation to scrub, blot gently, and absorb as much as you can into the towel. That's going to make all of your efforts a lot easier. You can see I'm working with a white cotton towel here for two reasons. Number one, I want to see when I get color transfer from the spot that I'm trying to lift. And number two, I do not want to transfer color from my towel into my carpet. If I had a white carpet or a white rug and I was using a red, holiday towel that hadn't been washed yet and it left little pink marks, that would be an unnecessary mess that we could have prevented. So after we blot, we're going to use a little bit of water, maybe tap some of that into the spot, and that's going to help dilute the pickle juice or whatever liquid has spilled. That way it's not full strength. And there's probably still a little bit of that in here, so we're going to use a mild spot cleaner. A lot of the spot cleaner that you buy from the store is very aggressive, probably way more aggressive than you really need it to be for most of the spots that are happening in your home or most of the spills. So we are going to start with this Katie on the Spot Eco Clean Spot Cleaner because it's mild and we want to do no harm, and it's not going to surprise you in 2 weeks by continuing to oxidize your carpet. So a little mist, depending on how much you have spilled, you will determine how much spot cleaner you need to use. And so then our next tool of the trade is going to be a tamping brush. If you don't have a tamping brush, you could probably use a wooden spoon or a rubber spatula from the kitchen, and then maybe wrap it around a towel and use that to pat into your carpet. So again, we're blotting or tamping, we're not scrubbing, all right? And this is going to kind of force the spot cleaner into the area, into the spot, and all on the affected fibers. So dwell time is a critical element of the cleaning process. I don't have a horrible spill here, so I probably don't need a whole lot of dwell time. But if it were a substantial amount of liquid or maybe something that was a little bit greasier, then we would want a little more dwell time. We're going to come back with some more water to kind of rinse or flush out the spot cleaner so we're not leaving any residue in the carpet, because the residue, even as mild, very mild residue, eventually can reattract soiling. So we just want to get back to clean and do this clear water rinse. And if you run out of towel space, it's nice to have a couple on hand. Let's see, here we are, and then you just want to press into it and let the liquid absorb into the towel. Then you can use a small fan, and that will help dry this area quickly. Typically, the faster you get something dry, the better off you're going to be. So our next situation is going to be a little bit more goopy, and sometimes when you're eating and you don't realize what's happening, that's a bummer. I'll be honest, that's a bummer. But we can take care of that. So a spoon, this is my grandmother's spoon, and let's say, so this is applesauce, but let's say you've got something a little yuckier than applesauce, maybe from your dog. I use a plastic spoon, it's disposable, you throw it away and you don't ever have to worry about eating off of something again. So this happens to be totally fine to use an actual eating spoon. So let's see, your arm hair is going to grow all in one direction, okay? Just like your rug or any textile with a pile, for example, velvet, even microfiber. So this is going to have a pile, and you can find it by like petting it or brushing it, and I'll show you tricks in other videos on how to find the pile. So for now, the pile of my carpet is going to go towards you, and so we want to start on the edge of the spot and scoop towards the center with the pile so that we're not driving the applesauce or whatever we're working with further into the pile, just keeping it on the surface. So we'll get all of our little splatters, wipe it on the spoon. It's nice to have gloves when you're working with something that's not as delightful as applesauce. Scoop it, don't drive it into the pile. And getting the bulk of the solid matter off of the fiber before you really start getting it wet and smearing it around makes your life so much easier. All right, so this towel is done. Alrighty, so we have removed the applesauce. I can tell there's a little bit of residue on the carpet. So I'm using a cup of water, but you could always put water in a spray bottle and just kind of mist this area to kind of hydrate it a little bit. And I'm blotting, I'm not scrubbing, because you scrub your tub, you do not scrub your carpet. All right, blot, and all right, so I think the bulk of the applesauce is gone. And again, this is not a very aggressive spill. This is not feces, and it's not tomato sauce. This is just applesauce. So we've got spot cleaner, give it a shake, a couple sprays, and little tamp, and that's just going to help drive the surfactant down into the fibers. I may walk away from this for 5 minutes and come back, but for the purpose of this video, we'll just go ahead and take care of it right now. And rinse out the spot cleaner and any applesauce that might still be in here. So we're adding a little bit of water, we're dampening it, and work it in, and then clean white towel on the spot and then press. Sometimes you can stand on the spot depending on how much liquid is actually in your carpet. And this will pick up a lot of the extra moisture so that you're not waiting on it to just air dry naturally. You want to do as much of the liquid removal as you can with the towel. And it's just lightly damp. I would put a fan on this and be done with it. Be very happy with that. And that has prevented a bad situation from getting worse by doing blotting, not scrubbing, being gentle with it, not using an over-aggressive spot cleaner, and just taking time and having a little bit of patience with it. If you have questions about other spills, leave them in the comments. I will make tons of videos and we will go through anything that could possibly happen and how to deal with it properly and hopefully prevent unnecessary mistakes. Have a great day.